Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mark coming to you from Wtpo, Oklahoma. I got a co-host here, Stacy. What's up?
This is Stacy from Wtpo.
Sounds good. So Stacy and I, once again, this is another blog here. We're going to just chop it up with some things that has been going on in the news. And Stacy, let's just get right into it. Tomorrow's Wednesday, September 16th.
D-Day.
It is D-Day. And what we have is Richard Glossip is going to be executed tomorrow around, I believe it's 2:15 in the afternoon. There have been a plethora of celebrities to come out to protest this.
Susan Sarandon, Barry Switzer now.
Absolutely, right. And what we see in this case is just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense why he even is on death row. Go ahead. I mean, you've done some research.
Yeah, I did probably 30 minutes worth of Google research last night, so don't hold me to any of the facts and figures. But basically what happened in '97, the owner of this hotel in Oklahoma City was found murdered in one of the rooms.
Right.
The police did an investigation, and the maintenance man at the time basically pinned the murder on the manager of the hotel and said that Glossip was the manager of the hotel, said that he's the one that murdered him. The problem with this is there is no corroborating evidence. There's no physical evidence whatsoever that pins him to the scene. The only actual physical evidence pins Sneed, the maintenance man, to the scene.
Yeah, and I was on Twitter yesterday, and there was an article that just came out, but there was an affidavit from a guy named Michael Scott.
Yeah, he was in the cell across from
He was in the cell across from Sneed,
yeah.
And Sneed confessed. He heard Sneed confess that he set up Richard Glossip.
Yeah, he says on multiple times that he heard Justin Sneed say that he set him up, that he's basically what happened was Sneed took a plea deal so that he would end up on this minimum security prison yard, which if you've ever been to an OKC or an Oklahoma DOC prison, the minimum yards, you're pretty free to do whatever you want. Some of the inmates work, some of them don't. But so he took a plea deal so that he ended up on this, they called it a soft yard in the affidavit. And he is up for parole, I believe this year, because his daughter wrote a letter basically stating that her father wants to recant, but won't because he doesn't want to risk his plea deal in case he's not granted parole.
So if you were to look at any death penalty case within the state of Oklahoma, this would be the ideal case to say he doesn't need to die.
Yeah, this is the evidence. I mean, first of all, the fact that there's no physical evidence pinning him to the murder, and they're calling it a murder for hire.
I think you said something correct. There's no physical evidence pinning him to the murder.
Right. The physical evidence pins Sneed to the murder. So Sneed actually committed, which he says, yes, I killed him, but Glossip made me do it. Basically.
Okay, so what we have is the actual killer is not going to die, but the person who they claim hired the killer is going to die.
Yes. Now the thing about it is, with Oklahoma law, because he's been convicted on witness testimony, you have to have corroborating evidence. But again, there's no physical corroborating evidence. So really this case is, I mean, we're killing the wrong guy, basically.
But
I mean, and that's off 30 minutes worth of Google research. I mean, you can.
But the thing I'm trying to understand is that, okay, I know that people profess their faith, right?
Right.
And we see our governor professing her faith. But how is it that she's so quick to kill someone, in reference to this? I mean, she actually has the power to say, we can stop this right now. Yeah. She actually has the power to do that.
And just leave him, I mean, if you need someone to pay for it that badly, just leave him in prison. Just life in prison, either with or without parole.
But wait a minute.
Modify his sentence.
This is the same governor who is protesting to have the 10 Commandments to stay on the state capitol.
Right.
And I believe one of those commandments, thou shalt not kill. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if she needs that reminder, thou shalt not kill,
Right out in front of your office, Bloody Mary.
Right. Oh, you call her Bloody Mary. That's crazy. I mean, but in all seriousness, this Richard Glossip is going to actually die tomorrow by lethal injection. I don't know if
we've already had a problem with in this.
We've had a problem with already with that, and I think guys, this is an ideal case for you guys to go out and study it. Write your governor, petition her.
I was tweeting her
Yes,
yesterday.
call the office and ask her to at least grant. I believe their attorney, Richard Glossip attorney, is asking for 60-day stay for them to have more evidence.
Right.
You know, and to me, what is the rush of killing someone?
Why does he have to die tomorrow night? Why can't we take our time, review the evidence? If justice really has been served, that was the other point that we were talking about before we were ready to go. Is he was the first case where he was tried. Glossip was actually tried twice, and so the first case where he was tried, he was granted an appeal because the attorney was so inept. I mean, it was I can't remember the exact term that they used, but gross incompetence basically. So they retried him, and this time he was represented by a public defender. Now, if you follow our page, you might have seen the video that we posted from John Oliver, where their staff researched and found that on average, a public defender has 7 minutes per case in this country.
7 minutes.
7 minutes
per
to
case.
prepare a case.
Wow.
Now, it took me 30 to be able to talk this long about it.
Absolutely. So this is crazy. I mean, I think it opens up a bigger question: should we be killing people? But hey, let's play devil's advocate right quick. The family of I believe who died, Ventrice who died.
They came out and said that they want to see justice done, and that they believe putting Glossip to death is a way for that justice to happen.
Right. But my question is for the family: is this the right person?
Right.
And is it ever closure? Is it really ever closure?
Exactly. And I believe it. I mean, just from interviews that I've seen with other families who have watched their loved one's killer be put to death, it's really not. There's down in your gut, it's just really kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's sad. But guys, watch our page. Continue to watch our page. Tomorrow, we're going to be down there, hopefully getting some footage and maybe talking to some family members on both sides of the aisle. Thanks again. This is Mark again. This is Stacy. Peace.